Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you a modified formula of Jiaowei Xiaoyaosan, and this is going to be for patients that are specifically presenting with stress-induced dermatological issues, so acne, eczema flare-ups, or any general skin inflammation aggravated by emotional factors. So let me show you first where I'm working. I'm going to do a granule formula today, and then we'll get to it. So today I am working in this lovely herbal pharmacy. As you can see, we mostly work with granules here. And then there's also a good amount of extracts, and then a good amount of patents as well, but mostly we work here with granules. So since I'm doing a variation of Jiaowei Xiaoyaosan, normally I would just come up and grab this formula and use that, and then add in any single herbs that I wanted to add in as well. But for the purpose of this exercise, I am going to show you the whole formula with all of the single herbs. Okay, so first I'm gonna get my stuff set up. I'm gonna pull all of my single herbs off of the shelf to have them ready. I have my scale here. I have the bottle I'm gonna use. I have a why can't I remember the name of this thing? This thing. And normally I would wear a mask, but so that you guys can hear me clearly, I'm not going to. Sometimes with granules, they can generate a lot of powder. So let's look at all of the herbs. Here's my workstation. Got my handy dandy Bensky, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I have the bottle that I'm gonna put the granules in. I'm gonna do a 50-gram bottle, and I still can't remember the name of this thing because I'm brain dead and it's finals and I need Jiaowei Xiaoyaosan. So I'm gonna put this tool in here, and then I'm gonna tare the scale because we wanna just be measuring the herbs. And so I kept Jiaowei Xiaoyaosan pretty much to the same dosage as it is indicated in Bensky. We're gonna start with Dongui, and I'm gonna do 4 grams of each of these. So I'm just pouring it in until I hit 4 and see it here on the scale. I'll show you that in a sec. I have Baishao, and I try to move pretty quickly just because this scale will kind of time out after a certain amount of time. So I do try to move quickly so that then I don't have to keep track of how much I put in, and I'm just building up to 50. Oops, I didn't tell you which I just did Fuling. Now I'm doing Baishu. Okay, and then one Chai Hu. I'm also doing 4 grams. Okay. All right, and then on this one I am going to do a little bit more Mudang Pi than is indicated. So I'm also going to do 4 grams. So Mudang Pi and Xinao make scale just timed out. So let me go ahead and reset that. And I have to click record while I was doing Zhizhe and Zhigansao. It's just the way it goes. So I'm going to just tell you that both of these, I also upped the dose just a little bit from 1.5 to 3 for both of these. Also just kind of increasing that clear heat capacity. Okay, so I have Shengjiang and Bohe, and since both of these are just kind of supposed to be sort of harmonizing in the formula, I'm only putting like 1.5 or 2 grams of these. Okay, and then I'm now to the herbs that I am adding in that are a little bit different. So I'm adding in Sangbai Pi, and this is going to clear lung heat. And so this is useful in skin conditions with heat signs like redness. In this case, the acne flare-up has been like mostly red, not super painful, not super swollen, not a ton of like phlegm in them, but red. So I am going to do 4 grams of this. Okay, I'm also adding DGP, and this is going to help kind of clear deficiency heat, and this can come up, so I'm using this kind of with the intention of, I think my heat that usually comes up is kind of like blood deficiency, blood slightly yin deficiency, so this really helps with like yin deficient heat, and then I did 4 grams of that as well. I'm adding in Shendi Huang, and this is going to nourish the yin, cool the blood, and kind of support skin regeneration. I'm also doing 4 grams of this. And last, I'm doing Zhao Jiao Zi. I don't know how to say this name. And this one's gonna like kind of address a little bit of the tiny pus, not too much, but a little bit. So we're gonna promote like the discharge of this pus. And this one I'm also just doing about 3 grams. Okay. Okay, so I've got the label on. I got a little spoon, and it's ready to be given to the patient. This is gonna be dosed at, I think this little plastic spoon with a level scoop is about 2 grams. So usually we dose these at 2 level scoops 3 times a day. So it'll be about 12 grams a day. And then with the granules, you can take them with warm water. and this is a really great way. Patients seem to be relatively compliant with, and I really like it. It's easy. It's a really easy way to like modify formulas. You can kind of take a base formula, grab whatever you want to add into it, and go crazy. All right, thank you very much. Oops, I forgot a really important part of the making the granules, which is you gotta shake it up. So you don't want all the herbs, one herb all the way on the top. You gotta shake it up really good. And then I figured I would also just show you guys real quick what it looks like, just to explain to patients. So a little spoon is about this much. And I'm gonna do 2. That's it. And then I just do about, not too much water. You can definitely do it like a tea, but especially for patients that don't like how it tastes, just find a little bit less water and then drink it down.